Good Monday evening or Tuesday morning, depending on where you guys are. My name is Wallkicks, and this is a Link to the Past Randomizer League Week 1 between Spherefinity and Guardians of the Galaxy Brain. Like I said, my name is Wallkicks. I am also joined today by Ricky of Kikiri. Ricky, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Looking forward to watching one of my teammates race today.
Oh, really? I did not know that this was one of your teams. Okay, now you're going to have to tell me which team you're on.
Guardians of the Galaxy Brain.
Okay. And we're getting a nice little intro, by the way, from Spherefinity GFE 12. Very nicely done. This is actually really good, showing off some of their team members. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. That's pretty good. And bow equals silver arrows. I really like how this all turned out. So props to GFE and Spherefinity for that one.
Alright, so it's week 1, which means the settings are open, defeat Ganon, 7/7 crystals. This is the first match between Spherefinity and Guardians of the Galaxy Brain. It's going to be a good one.
So in an open mode, there's generally two starts. You either start at your house or Sanctuary. Kind of, if you start at your house, you'll generally go up to Uncle and check those two chests. If you start at Sanctuary, you'll usually go down to straight to Kakariko. Ricky, what opening do you take in this situation?
Recently, I've been kind of flipping around. I used to always start in Sanctuary, and then work my way up to the Lumberjack check, go through Lost Words, and go to Kakariko Village. Recently, though, I've kind of shaken it up by starting at Link's house and getting some bombs out of the bushes there, and going through Kakariko from the south. So it kind of depends on what my bomb situation is.
Okay, and yeah, that's actually another nice starting line. It looks like we're going right at it, and already we're having divergence. One starting at Sanctuary, one starting at the house, and Olhaado with the better start, getting that fire rod out of Link's house.
Nice. Yeah, so GFE doing the... Oh, got a map check. 2 crystals, looked like red on Eastern Palace and blue on Tower of Hera with a pendant on Desert Palace.
Look good to me. And you're seeing Olhaado with the Uncle Star picking up that sign and using it to kill a guard to get a tree pull, a tier 1 tree pull. Usually what most runners will do in this situation. GFE actually doing the same thing. They'll also be checking Lumberjack. And
both fire sources. Okay.
Really quick. A little interesting there. So Dark Room's not going to be an issue today.
Yeah, very nice. 50 rupees in the chest. Olhaado having some difficulty with the guards.
I think maybe wanted to start checking for like a tier 2 or tier 3 tree pull. So there are 3 different tree pulls. Tier 1 is just you kill an enemy, you pull. Tier 2, I think, is if you kill 4 enemies and don't get hit. And tier 3 is if you kill 4 enemies, but you do get hit. So we'll see what happens there. And yeah, it is green pendant over at Desert Palace. And you're seeing Olhaado kind of taking the same path. Going to be checking Lumberjack, which will tell us initially, at least, if this is an Aga required seed.
Right.
With the lamp, you're already, depending on what else we get, could be looking at Aga. But just 20 rupees,
20
so we
rupees.
won't be killing Aga for whatever is on the Lumberjack.
Right, so right now, both racers are hoping that they don't find 2 swords really quickly.
Yeah, in this situation, or like 1 sword and a K, because that's even worse of trying to do Aga. So GFE, I'm popping in their stream, just kind of checking. Oh, there we go. We have returned with GFE.
Unfortunately, we seemed to have missed his trip through Kakariko Village, depending on which direction he went, but...
It looks like GFE probably did the forest checks and then saved and quit and is now taking a south route, farming bombs and heading north. At least that was just my quick observation, because you're not going through Kakariko in less than 3 minutes, no matter what route you take.
Olhaado going into Blind's hut. Has no bombs though, so hoping there's a bomb in one of these chests. Otherwise, he's going to have to come back.
Yeah,
Heart
this is always a
piece.
little bit of a risky play, but they had the money, so I'm a little surprised they didn't just go get bombs along the way. And as you're going to see, it's going to be punishing.
Yeah,
Just the
just
powder.
powder.
And already, are you thinking, do I just skip that check? It's really
Exactly.
early
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. That's one of those, gnawing at the back of your mind things. And now he's jumping into the well without bombs.
So yeah, so this is risky.
Ooh,
Flip,
flippers.
flippers are nice.
And the
Boots are
boots.
nice.
And the
And the bow
bow.
is nice. Three really nice
Okay.
items.
And a sword on the merchant.
Gosh, this is a nice Kakariko so far.
Yes. There's bombs.
Oh, lovely. Just what you needed to see. And it looks like Olhaado is going to probably take those bombs and go up and check the things that they missed.
Ooh, more bombs. There
Bombs
we go.
behind bombs. Who would have thought? And yeah, Olhaado now going to give us a look at what was behind some of these bomb checks.
Right.
So the early bow is very nice, especially since Eastern Palace is one of our 5/6 crystals. With the lamp, it's fully in logic in the bow. So I would be surprised if one of our runners didn't kind of make a beeline for Eastern right after this Kakariko play.
So while Olhaado is checking the bottom of the well again, GFE is currently at the dam in the swamp, pulling the lever to see what's under the water.
Oh, nice 300 rupees in the back of the well.
And just 10 bombs underwater, but GFE's grabbing those because he was almost out of bombs.
Looks like Olhaado is going to give us a couple extra checks that we weren't able to see from GFE. And oh, there's a second sword on the library. Ooh, that's
Yeah,
well,
I
that's
got
ag
one
access.
access.
Not what
GFE
you want to see.
Yeah, GFE has that sword. He's dealing with the mini Moldorms right now. There's an ice rod, fighter shield, 50 rupees, a bottle, and a heart piece in the mini Moldorm cave. So it's a very loaded beginning of the seed.
And if that's true, I mean, that's a fire rod and ice rod already
Yes.
before, 10 minutes. So we could be looking at an early Turtle Rock play. And Olhaado, meanwhile, taking the bow, taking the lamp, taking the Master Sword straight over to Eastern. Not surprised at this play at all.
GFE gets a magic shield.
Oh,
Oh,
there's a
yes. There we go.
Hey, looks like GFE's back, and meanwhile,
Yay!
Olhaado did find a hook shot in the back of Sahashila's hut. So the seed
Nice.
continues to be very nice, except the things that we need to avoid an Agaseed we're not picking up.
Right? We want to see a hammer and a moon pearl and a glove, but
Exactly, all the other stuff is really good, but with these runners, with what they've got, you're going to be thinking, okay, and taking a look at the equipment, flippers, hook shots, that's stuff you tend to get when you do have an Agaseed and you don't have hammer or gloves, because hookshot and flippers give you access to get over to the west side of Dark World.
right. The flute in Waterfall Cave.
The seed continuing to be kind. What is the seed? This is, I jokingly said before we started that I wanted a jet seed, but like, did I really want a jet seed? Apparently, that's what we're getting here so far.
GFE gonna check the camper, nothing but 20 rupees on the Lake Hylia Island, while Olhaado continues to make his way through Eastern Palace.
Yeah, one of the things, I mean, for everything that the seed has given, what it hasn't given is hearts. Olhaado's sitting at 3, GFE not doing a whole lot better with 4. But, look at that half magic,
Half
because
magic is
you
nice.
still need nice things. So what's GFE's play from here? Oh, with that flute, they're going to check Bonk Rocks and probably activate the flute. That's actually pretty smart thinking. So, Ricky, what do you think is going to hold up these runners? Because something's got to hold them up, right?
Oh,
This
yeah,
can't
there's
just...
always a catch.
We can't be sitting here in a 25-minute go mode. I don't accept that. So, what do you think is going to hold us up?
Well, it depends on what the crystals are in Dark World, but I would place money on the Titan's Mitt, personally.
Okay, I like it. Some late mitts with everything you've got. Once we do have Dark World access, I mean, we're going to have access to almost everything that we can in Dark World that's not mitts locked. So, yeah, it could be a while before we see some Titans mitts. And Olhaado's taking this room a little slowly. With 3 hearts, it's a little dangerous to try to damage boost, especially if you fail it. So, smart by them just to, take it slow. But hey, you get your 4th heart.
Nice. Getting a sick kid check. And it's bombs.
It's a good thing we took those away from him.
GFE now doing Eastern Palace play.
Has to be a little careful. The green Igors do a heart of damage. And so with only 4 hearts, you gotta be a little careful, but gets through no problem. Meanwhile, GFE can be picking up their hook shot. And something chat mentions, in Eastern Palace, it's maybe not the most well-known, but there is a little rupee room to the right of the dark room, and there's, I believe, 90 rupees in there, which would put Olhaado close to Zora money, but I don't think that's quite on his mind at the moment.
Right.
Having a little trouble, though, with the Armos Knights fight. Didn't quite get the quick kill as they were hoping for.
Ice Rod was in the mini Moldrum cave. Olhaado gets the first crystal of the seed, but GFE is right behind him. Of course, at this point, no one's really in the lead. GFE did the Southern Shore checks, while Olhaado has not.
And this routing is going to actually favor GFE a little bit because they got their early flute, so making travel a little bit easier. Olhaado going to take care of the south route right here and picking up kind of their stuff as well. But one thing that Olhaado had for Eastern that GFE won't is that lamp that they picked up with the uncle.
Right.
So at this point for these runners, the question becomes, okay, I have everything I need to do Aga. When do I pull the trigger on that? Because with the equipment that we have in hand, we have access to all of East Death Mountain, which is at this point probably where our Moon Pearl is. We're still looking for that. But really, that's the only thing that, we're really required to maybe get before our Aga access. So do you maybe full clear everything that you can in Light World thinking that you don't need to do Aga? Or do you maybe try to Galaxy Brain Aga early and do it right after Eastern Palace on GFE's side?
Well, I mean, with the flute, like you said, they have access to Death Mountain, so with all those checks up there between Paradox Cave and mostly Paradox Cave, I would do Death Mountain first, because nothing feels worse than doing Aga 1 and then realizing you didn't have to.
Yeah, that's true. And usually at that point, that's when you start feeling behind and you maybe start making mistakes in execution, or you start gambling a little bit more and skipping something. So I agree. I think it's probably the safer play and the right play to go up to at least Death Mountain before you gamble Aga.
GFE doing the Rupee Room to fill up his Zora money.
And one thing you saw Olhaado do in Ice Rod Cave, set up a water walk here. So even though they do have the flippers, they're still going to be able to use the boots right here.
Yeah, which is a lot faster.
Unfortunately, if you dash onto shallow water while water walking with the flippers, that kind of ends your ability to water walk. So once GFE is done here, we're going to kind of be pretty even on checks. GFE is going to have, like I said, a slight advantage with having already activated their flute wall. Olhaado is going to be picking it up right now.
And GFE gets that quick kill on the Armos Knights. Well done.
So 16 minutes, both runners with one crystal. Very nice. Usually like to have your first crystal by around the 20-minute mark. So both runners actually probably feeling pretty good. So the Waterfall Fairy giving us a nice red potion. That's always smart thinking by our runners to check that. And I think GFE is going to give us an Aga, or not an Aga, a Zora check. There we go. But Olhaado doesn't quite have the money, just a little bit short, although that 300 right there on the ledge, definitely going to help out for that.
Yes.
Does feel a little bad though that you kind of have to do this loop around again, but I mean, for the 300 to actually check Zora and have that peace of mind, say it's
Yeah.
worth it.
Yeah, totally. And that will give Olhaado money left over for Pod when they get there.
Yeah,
Well,
and with the
GFE goes for it too, it looks like.
yeah, because GFE was only hovering around 500, so it makes sense for GFE to pick this up as well. So they'll both have some money basically for the rest of the seed. I think at this point you need 110 for Pod, 80 for Dig Game, 30 for Chess Game, and I want to say that's about it.
So interesting, GFE decides to run out of Zora's Domain to use the flute, while Olhaado doesn't have the flute activated, so he has to save and quit. He's gonna go activate that flute right now, while GFE goes up Death Mountain.
And yeah, chat pointing out 100 for the big bomb, 10 for Smiths. So yeah, the 300 rupees is going to be nice right there. GFE saving the old man, doing it in the dark, still hasn't picked up their lamp from the old from your uncle. And for GFE at this point, I mean, they're not thinking Aga because they don't have the lamp. But
True, very true.
Olhaado knows at this point that, you know, we're looking at
there's the glove!
That's some good information on GFE's side, because now he knows that at least one glove is locked behind the lamp. He might think, though, that those could potentially be mitts, but it's really good for GFE, and it will be good for Olhaado, too.
Ooh, Tempered Sword on Spectacle Rock. If when they get the mirror.
Oh, I missed that completely. Good eye. Good eye. Yeah, this seed continuing to be nice. Man, why can't we get these kind of seeds?
GFE going into Paradox Cave while Olhaado uses the flute to go. Olhaado's doing the Aga 1 play.
Well, they still got front of escape.
Or escape.
So yeah, I don't know if this is going to be a full Aga 1 play, but I would be a little surprised if after doing front of escape you don't also combo Aga into this. Because usually if you're going to do Aga 1, you'll probably want to try to do front of escape with it as well, so we'll see.
There's the mitts! Add the book! Okay, that's Dark World access right there. I mean, they need the Moon Pearl, yes, but they can open the portals in Kakariko Village.
So those mitts are really interesting. I mean, if GFE had the Moon Pearl right now, you can go straight into Dark Death Mountain and do a lot of stuff. You could do Hookshot Cave as well as Super Bunny Cave.
Right.
I almost wonder if maybe GFE might do Super Bunny Cave anyways. That might be an interesting play after this. Not something you see very often, but given the opportunity, there's another bow! We have silvers already! We're 21 minutes into this seed! What is going on?
What is this? Okay, where could the Moon Pearl be? We have the tablet with the book and Master Sword now.
Well, we don't actually have access to either tablet, though.
You're right. We don't have the Arrow Hammer. You're right.
Yep. So I think at this point we're looking at, you know, we have front and back of escape, and we have the desert area.
Well, it's not the front of escape, unfortunately. Olhaado taking a Death Warp. GFE checking Aganar.
I don't recall if Olhaado picked up a map in the front of escape, so this could be the map, this could be the small key, we're not sure yet. Would be a little unfortunate if it is one or the other, knowing that we have access to a glove. It's just a little bit of ways for Olhaado.
Right.
Oh, GFE is also going to give us a King's Tomb check. This is actually very smart with those mitts and the boots.
Oh, there's the map for Olhaado and escape. Alright, so Olhaado's next move should be going... Oh my goodness, there's the Tempered Sworded King's Tomb. So that means the Spectacle Rock Sword is buttered.
So we know all of our swords already. What is it? Why? This is going to be such a quick seed so far. I say that, and
yes,
I can't wait till we have like a medallion on, Petasaur.
Right. Waiting for the
somewhere.
catch. Because there's always a catch.
Oh my god! Hold on.
Okay, there's Bombos.
There's one medallion.
And GFE going to the back of escape to get that map, which he doesn't know is a map.
I'm a little surprised GFE didn't make a play into desert when they were already at the desert area. Olhaado picking up their glove, so they'll be right behind GFE as they'll see that they have access. Well, they won't have access to the sword, but they'll see a sword. Spectacle Rock, and then head over to East Death Mountain as well.
Yeah, desert is the green pendant, so maybe they're just putting it. Maybe GFE's putting that off as long as possible, because I mean, dipping into a pendant dungeon is not fun.
I almost think that's all GFE. Well, GFE still has Front of Escape, so GFE has Front of Escape and Desert left. So I think this is a Desert play. I think if you're going to do Front of Escape, you would have started at your house. And so for as much as the seed was screaming Aga very early, this is actually not going to be an Aga seed unless the Moon Pearl is on the pyramid or something on the pyramid next to the Moon Pearl. Because once we do get that Moon Pearl,
yeah,
go ahead.
Which would be just an absolute troll, giving him the Titan's Mid, still requiring Aga 1.
It would be glorious, but that's not what we're here for. We're here to watch two really good racers. To answer a question in chat, for now it is alive, but we're not sure what our second 5/6 crystal is, so until we do have that information...
There's the Moon Pearl in Desert Palace.
I think we're done after this. Yeah, GFE not going to finish that off.
Alright, Aga 1 is dead.
Well, as someone was mentioning, it's maybe a hammer in Pyramid Fairy. We would need to see what our second 5/6 is before we say that for sure, though.
Oh, that's true, because there's no way to get the Super Bomb up there with the flippers.
GFE, though, not taking their Titans Mid straight to Dark World. They're going to be checking Front of Escape, which is good for them because they'll be picking up their lamp. So, nice play by GFE here. Olhaado also tipping out after doing Spiral Cave, so we'll see where their next move is, knowing that Desert is where they need to go. And I think... Oh no, they've got Pack of Escape, that's what they're going to check now. And after that, I think all they've got left is Desert.
Yeah, and there GFE goes. Apparently following that logic, knowing the glove was locked behind the lamp, figuring the lamp had to be early. And now getting the lamp going to the Dark World.
Who needs a Dark World map check? You're just gonna straight in to Skullwoods. Could be a pendant, could be a crystal. Who needs to know? We're just going straight to Mothula. I like it. Based on the music, though, we are looking at a crystal. And GFE also doing what I consider to be the smart play is that if you have the Fire Rod, and as long as you're confident doing Mothula with your equipment, to start by going to the back and then working your way forward, you might luck out and not actually need to do the front at all in this instance.
Olhaado jumping into desert. He's going to get his Moon Pearl very shortly.
And looking at GFE's equipment, I mean, Tempered Sword, Fire Rod, Half Magic, Mothula shouldn't be that big of an issue.
Yeah. Plus a red potion just in case things go haywire. Which probably doesn't even need.
So it'll be interesting to see if Olhaado chooses to finish Desert. With the Moon Pearl here, you know, you probably are thinking, okay, I don't need to do anything in Desert, but it could be a way to maybe, if there is something on Green Pennant, make up a little bit of time, or maybe even take the lead. Because right now Olhaado's in a little, I'm not going to say, you know, an insurmountable lead by any stretch. Oh wow, I didn't even. Okay, GFE, just calm down over there, my dude.
GFE's boss battles are on point.
That was so quick. I didn't even get a chance to finish my thought about Olhaado. Looks like they're going to be continuing on in Desert, maybe looking for that second item. Because GFE only noped out after the Moon Pearl.
Olhaado about to give us our first big chest check of Desert Palace. Oh, and GFE finds the second item. It's the Cane of Samaria!
Oh no! That could be bad for GFE, and that is a big play. That's exactly what Olhaado needed.
Okay. Ooh. And with 2 pendants in Dark World, it's... GFE, you need to do a map check.
Someone give us a map check, man. By the way, GFE did find both items in the back of Skullwood, so
yes,
with their routing, how they did it, they're going to be able to skip the front entirely.
Olhaado dashing to Kakariko Village, most likely take that portal. Indeed. The laggy mirror shield on the bumper ledge.
I think it should stay up there.
Oh, there's a map check. Okay. We got the 5/6 crystal in Skull Woods that GFE just got. A pendant on Meyer. And it looked like a crystal on Total Rock.
Yep, and we did have our last pendant is at Thieves Town. So already GFE has access to the Big Bomb. Can't turn it in yet. Without some shenanigans. So the idea of Hammer on Pyramid Fairy is actually very much alive right now.
The big issue for GFE, though, is needing that Cane of Samaria for Total Rock.
Absolutely, and with Meyer being a medallion, a pendant, it's going to be... it could be a while before GFE even decides to go in that direction because, you know, Desert's a pendant... Meyer's a pendant. What reason do you have to really check the Meyer area?
Lumberjack Ledge was a 20 rupee. It was nothing worthwhile. Cane of Samaria is in the big chest of Desert Palace, which GFE did not get. GFE dipping into Pendant Thieves Town.
It's a smart play because at this point, without a hammer for the easy access to South Dark World, you kind of want to be a little bit thorough in your clear because you don't want to have to come all the way back here again.
Right. So far, it looks like there's only been one item in the front. We'll see what this last one is. Two. Okay, so that leaves 2 items in the back of Thieves Town.
I think GFE is going to death warp this. Yeah, GFE is
Yeah.
not going to continue on the back. Olhaado with
wow,
another
okay.
quick kill of Mothula. Just 2 very quick kills.
I didn't even see Mothula on that side.
I know, right?
Or was it on purpose? That was probably on purpose. Yeah. Okay, GFE doing the digging game.
Wonder if GFE is going to come back after this and pick up our frog buddy. A little bit of an inconvenience to turn him in because you don't have a mirror, but
right.
I mean, with early mitts, you kind of want to take care of as much of your mitts checks as you can.
This is a long digging game.
Yeah, it is.
There it is. Oh, brother. Major
All
fight
for them,
that
20
one.
rupees. If you're not going to pick up the smith. Oh,
Or...
maybe he is. The fake.
Time to take the frog on a journey.
And this could be a long one, because GFE could take this all the way over to Catfish. Meanwhile, Olhaado
So,
oh, go ahead.
An interesting thing so far, Dark World has not given us much of anything in terms of progression.
That had to be almost expected a little bit with how stacked Light World was. We'll see if Hype Cave changes that.
There's a red potion, which is nice. Red. Oh boy. Okay. Well, Hype Cave was healthy at least.
About as bad as you expected it. But yes, the hearts are always nice. So where do we think our next progression is? Because looking at what we can do, we can get to pod. We can't complete it, but we can get to pod.
Right.
We have the Mire area. If our runners really wanted to be bold, we could go into Ice Palace. We have Titans, Flippers, and Fire Rod.
This is true.
We have Dark Death Mountain available to us.
Yeah, Dark DM might be the play. Just because you have Super Bunny and Hookshot Cave available.
See, at this point, if I'm Olhaado, I'm wary about Samaria. Just because it gave us an early Samaria, so, you know, what does Samaria open? Well, it opens Vitreous, and it opens Turtle Rock, but we need the hammer for that, so...
Right.
I would almost maybe lean towards a Mire play, if these runners were feeling bold. GFE doing probably the safer, the more logical play, and checking Dark Death Mountain right here. Nice little block skip from GFE. For those who don't know, if you as the block is moving, it kind of acts as if it doesn't exist, so you're able to shoot your hookshot through and hookshot over to the next block. If we had a mirror, we could delete the block as well. Okay, that was my attempt at a commentator's curse. It didn't work.
Super Bunny Cave had the blue mail, which was nice, but not progression. I missed. What was the medallion for Turtle Rock?
That was Ether, so can't do Turtle Rock yet. Of course, we still need the hammer, but we could very well end up on a medallion hunt. Almost as bad as the ice rod, except we have the ice rod.
The ice rod told the medallion, "Hey, you got this."
Pretty much.
Magic cape, but nothing else.
Oh, good. We can go get that mirror shield, because that's what we really need, right? So Dark Death Mountain kind of turning out to be a bust.
Yeah.
Ooh, where is...
Oh.
He's going to give us a mire check. But without the mirror, can't be getting back into desert, so...
Right.
Samaria is going to be teasing GFE just for a little bit longer, at least. And it is Bombos to get into mire.
Oh, that is... Ooh.
I gotta think our hammer's probably sitting in mire. Or maybe the mirror... I think I have to imagine something's got to be in mire.
Third bottle of the seed is in Mire's shed.
And GFE's gonna go. He's gonna dip mire. This is a bold play.
Okay.
Even without Samaria, this is a bold play. Olhaado, is Olhaado gonna... What's Olhaado doing here?
Is he doing the... like the jump thing?
Let's see it. Let's see it, Olhaado. If he gets this and like this is the hammer or something, I don't see how he gets this. There's no way.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, I think he realized it and it was just like, you know what? Nah, not happening. You would need the mirror to be able to bomb dupe that.
Right.
But with the money that Olhaado has, I mean, it wasn't really that big of a loss.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Olhaado gonna give us a pod play, so... Two... Oh, look, there's Ether!
Oh, no. Mire is required.
So that's big!
Oh, wow. Turtle Rock is trolling both our runners in different ways. You have the required Samaria in Pendant Desert, and the required Ether in Pendant Mire. What kind of garbage is that? There's always a catch.
So then what's in Thieves Town? I mean, clearly we're 2 for 2 in required pendant dungeons, so what's Thieves Town holding now? Both runners with some bold plays here. I mean, GFE, really bold call to come into Misermire and is rewarded. We're going to see if Olhaado is rewarded the same way by coming here into pod before having that hammer.
Interesting that GFE is deciding to do a full clear of Mire. Looking for that second item.
I mean, you might as well at this point. You're in here. You've already skipped one item in Desert, and unfortunately it's a big one. Probably not want to be skipping too many things. Chat is saying Hammer in Thieves Town to give us the TR trifecta, as in Samaria in Desert, Ether in Mire, and Hammer in Thieves. That's really good.
Oh, wow. So the second item of Mire is either in the cutscene chest or on Vitreous.
Not what you like to see if you're GFE.
No.
Meanwhile, Olhaado putting those silver arrows to use. You got him, you might as well use them. So if you're GFE, what do you think our next play is here? As Olhaado is going to be taking a death warp to get back to the front of pod.
I suppose pod or ice palace.
Yeah, I mean, it would have to be almost one of those, unless you feel like continuing into Thieves Town, but that's just 2 items.
That's 2 items. There's a risk that one of them's locked behind the hammer. Oh, there's the second item
That's
from
true.
Meyer.
That's true. So yeah, I mean, Thieves Town probably isn't deep on these runners' minds. So we'll see what GFE chooses next, because this could be a big play.
Oh, Olhaado gets blue mail out of pod, so we know where all 3 suits are now. 2 of them. All 2 of them.
Looks like GFE is heading back to the Dark World. I wouldn't be surprised if they take the north route to Catfish, down to Pyramid, and then to Pod. I think that's what GFE is looking to do. But Pod so far looking pretty empty. And for everything that we got at the beginning of the seed, now we're about 45 minutes in and still just 2 crystals. So the seed has slowed down a lot for sure.
Yes. As much fun as it is to get a jet seed in the beginning, it always ends up often hurting because everything's opened up in the middle and you don't know where your progression is.
Oh, good, a shovel. Just what we needed.
Oh. Olhaado taking another death warp. With that many hearts, oh, he did kill all the fire breathers in the previous room, huh?
I believe so.
Just 20 rupees on the catfish.
So we're probably going to see a little bit of a high five from our runners as they kind of cross paths. So really now, what are we looking at? We're looking at Ice Palace. That's enjoyable without a hammer. I mean, and Aga. Aga's still a play. And
But
Thieves Town.
what would Aga open, though?
Aga would give us access to Pyramid Ferry.
Oh, that's... Wait, well... how? Without the mirror?
Oh, we would need a mirror, wouldn't we? Oh, heck. Darn it, man. You're ruining dreams. It might be crazy to think, but combined, our runners have access to the pedestal as well. Although it would depend on our Thieves Town logic. Thieves Town could be hammerlocked. We don't know that yet.
Well, I mean, they have the big key, so Blind himself is not hammerlocked. Just the one item might be.
Blind is hammerlocked if the small key is actually locked in the big key, in the big chest. So we would know if Blind is hammerlocked if the maiden cell is a key or not. But again, that's probably low on both runners' minds at this point. GFE now going into pod. Yeah, so we're just kind of on a what's next kick.
Where is Olhaado going now?
This is a shovel check. Yeah. That's the only thing you get out of pod. You better be checking that.
It's just a heart piece.
So Pod is a complete bust. Oh no, Olhaado. That's
Dead
unfortunate.
rocks.
Hate when that happens. And it looked like it even caught him to where like he couldn't actually get out of it.
So while GFE is going through Pod, Olhaado's going to Dark Death Mountain, it looks like. Which are all checks we've seen. Seed is really just slowed down and giving all sorts of trouble now.
Yeah, and I mean for both of these runners, you know, all of these plays make sense. You're looking at item density, and
Yeah.
for Olhaado, this is 6 items right here, potentially more if you find a mirror and hammer, and you can all of a sudden do Turtle Rock. Well, they don't know that they can't do Turtle Rock, but you know, I don't blame either of these runners for the plays that they're making. It just we know, unfortunately, that they're not the right ones.
Desert Palace is not locked. GFE left the King of Samaria because he dipped out after getting the Moon Pearl, while Olhaado cleared out the front but did not go to the back. So Desert Palace is possibly in play with that green pendant, but we are not positive of that yet.
So what's Olhaado looking at next? Oh, they're just going to check the TR medallion requirement and then probably save and quit.
Ooh, GFE gets the Hammer Young.
Oh, just kidding. Where is Olhaado going?
Spy Cave?
This isn't... Well, he's not going to get very far.
Nope.
You can go inside Spy Cave, but without a hammer, you're not completing it.
Right. Olhaado was thinking about that, like, where do I go?
I'm surprised Olhaado hasn't made a Meyer play yet.
He might do it now? Nope, not yet. Oh, is this a ped check?
This is a ped check. Alright, if you're hoping for the pedestal, this is what you want to see.
GFE gets the red Mel.
Alright, Ricky, what's on ped? Call it. Let's go. It's gonna be the mirror. It's gonna be the mirror.
Well, just to be different, I'll say hammer. It's just a heart piece.
Oh, feels bad, man.
I'm sure Olhaado was thrilled to see that.
I would say there is some comfort to knowing that, but now it's like, okay, what next?
And we've got the Meyer play, looks like. Yeah, okay, so Olhaado is going into the Meyer. Or not.
Just kidding. He's gonna do a Agnes Cave, I think.
Oh, and GFE doing the front of escape.
So they'll be picking up their silvers, but not much else. Tantra Chat Ped was just a piece of heart. Alright, now Olhado's going to the Mire area. And Olhaado will be able to clear out Misery Mire, because Vidi does... Oh no, Vidi doesn't have our second item. Just kidding.
Right.
There's no need at all to beat Vitreous.
Turtle Rock is locked until we find the hammer. Olhaado dipping in a mire.
So this will be good for Olhaado. They'll be picking up their the required ether medallion.
Yes.
So Olhaado will be looking for hammer and mirror for go mode.
Oh, GFE also needs hammer and mirror, and also needs to get back to Desert Palace for that Cane of Samaria.
I would have to think that we're going to find our hammer before we find mirror. And I would just suspect at this point that the mirror is probably just sitting in Turtle Rock.
Very possible. And just like the seed, too. Like, oh, I gave you a fast start, but guess what? You get to climb up the mountain as many times as I can possibly make you.
Pretty much. And so I think GFE, I think this is going to be a purple chest play, or could be clearing out the rest of Thieves Town.
It's clearing out the rest of Thieves Town.
All right. We've been 2 for 2 for required items and pendant dungeons.
Yes.
Are we going to go 3 for 3? I think this is the right play by GFB. I think at this point you have to say, okay, it doesn't matter if I might be skipping an item here. I've gone this long without the hammer. I'm down to bad checks. You know, let's check. This is 2 items. It's more than Desert. It's probably more than what we'll find in Ice Palace. So, you know, good play for GFE, I think.
We have a map in the... Uh-oh.
Well, now you definitely don't want to see that small key. And Chad is right. Desert has 2 more items counting the green pendant. Did Olhaado not do the cutscene chest?
I don't think he did the cutscene chest. I think he's done the exact same routing GFE did.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
This is going to be a time.
Why are you going to Vidi?
Gambling that the second item is on Vidi. This is a time sink. This is going to help GFE for sure.
Oh, chat's pointing out he doesn't have the key? Wait.
Oh, no, he's definitely got the big key.
No, wait. Why? Okay.
He's just gambling that the second item's on Vidi, as opposed to...
But the cutscene chest is faster than Vidi.
Yeah, you don't want to commit the time. However, in Thieves Town, GFE did not get the small key, so this will be a full clear. We'll get all the items here.
And it's just bombs.
Alright, well, pendant dungeons are 2 for 3. A 667 batting average. That's really good if you're in baseball. Just slightly. All right, so
Is this the purple chest play? Looks like purple chest on GFE side.
purple chest, ice palace, green pendant, pyramid fairy. I think that's everything.
Wow. Well, at least Video Silvers is super fast.
Yeah, it's not even a challenge at this point. All right, big moment coming up for GFE. Do they continue this into Desert Palace?
That can't feel good for Olhaado.
Oh, it's the
hammer's in the
hammer!
purple chest!
It's just right there the whole time.
Oh,
That's gonna take him away from Desert, though.
yeah, it is.
I would almost argue that's worse for GFE. Oh no.
Again, Olhaado goes back into Mire to do the cutscene chest. Not gonna be happy when it's just a piece of heart.
Did Olhaado do Return the Frog? I don't think Olhaado did.
I do not believe he did anything of the blacksmith chain.
All right, so the longer it takes Olhaado to do that, the better it'll be for GFE.
Up the mirrors in Ice Palace.
Oh man, just the first sitting there in that first chest too. So that's
GFE
no mode.
is just Samaria away from go mode. Correct?
Yeah, and unfortunately though, with that mirror, that's probably going to lead GFE to Swamp Palace, making it even more unlikely that they're going to go get that Cane of Samaria.
Yeah, it's gonna be a while before they get to Desert Palace, it looks like. Oh, that also means that GFE is gonna full clear Ice Palace, while Olhaado has a good chance of just, go moding it.
Depends on what Olhaado does right here.
Yeah,
He's
unless, of course, Olhaado decides to do Ice Palace before Purple Chest.
I mean, I think this is going to kind of be a telling play right here. This mirror. Where are we going?
Oh,
Ice
no.
Palace.
Oh, don't!
This is Ice Palace.
No!
I mean, they'll get their
They'll get the
mirror,
mirror.
which is nice, but I mean, honestly, in the long run, I don't, this isn't going to hurt Olhaado as much as GFE is getting hurt by the lack of Samaria, because, even without the hammer, you can only do one chest in Swamp Palace, so Olhaado knows once they pick up the mirror that they're going to be able to go mode, TR, and Swamp Palace. So I still think that Olhaado's in a better position here.
True. Olhaado gets his mirror.
Continuing on. So this'll be a little bit of a time save for GFE, but GFE is going to need to Galaxy Brain this Cane of Samaria pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So I think GFE's next play is going to be to pod. You've got the hammer, take it out real quickly.
Right.
You wonder if maybe then you go up the mountain and check out Tower of Hera. little trouble with this bomb jump.
Not really sure why he's bothering. He doesn't have the hammer to get to Cold Stare.
He might be thinking maybe the hammer is in here, and so I can bomb jump. Anyways, it would be quicker at this point because you do have the Cane of Samaria just to avoid the bomb jump.
Right.
But, you know, if you do get the hammer in here, oh, I've already bomb jumped this dungeon. You know.
Cold Stare giving GFE some trouble, but he pulls through it.
About Olhaado's play here, because if this isn't a small
this is
key,
the only check you can do on this side.
Yeah, but if this is a small key, he's kind of locked out.
Yeah.
Like, he can't get across. That's it, Olhaado.
You're gonna have to mirror, Olhaado.
You ain't getting any farther
mirror
here.
And get out. Out. Go out. Out. Thank you. Good. Where is GFE going now?
Probably checking Graveyard Ledge at this point. He's probably thinking about the mirror. Where is...
Yes.
Oh, I think Olhaado's also taking this mirror over to Hera. Oh, this is also... Oh, what is...
Okay, so...
Oh, it's
so
hammer
GFE's
pegs.
doing hammer pegs.
Yeah, GFE has the hammer. I know that. Man, we're an hour into the seed. The seed's gone by quick. Already an hour in, dude.
Right? 50 rupees in hammer pegs. Olhaado gets his butter sword.
Probably been thinking, man, that sword has been teasing me for 40 minutes.
And the tablet, ether tablet, has a piece of heart. Magic Bat on GFE's side gives him a red rupee.
I'm trying to think, is there any reason at this point for GFE to go back into desert? You know, I'm just trying to think, like, is any item that would say, ooh, by the way, there's still an item in desert? And I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, just the green pendant, but it's looking more and more like a likely last location.
Because GFE is going to take this down, do K45, and then Bombo style, and probably just head right into Swamp right afterwards. Olhaado, by the way, setting up the Hera pot. There you go, that's the name of it. A relatively new tech where you can clip into this pot right here.
Oh, wow, that was nice.
And it skips the big key requirement, but it does come with the risk. One, you can actually soft lock yourself there, and then you're in big trouble. Two, if you don't pick up the big key, you could be skipping the big chest, which might have an item, and I think the big key was in its vanilla location.
Yeah, big key was downstairs.
Do we remember what was in the map chest? I think that's the map chest.
I missed it, unfortunately.
Me too. We are observant people, Ricky.
Chat tells us it was just 20 rupees.
Well, then that's both items, so that's a dodge for Olhaado there. But couldn't dodge Moldorm.
Nope.
And yeah, GFE making the play into Swamp, not going to be what they need or what they're looking for.
Alright, Olhaado clears out Tower of Hera. needs to do the Smith chain to get his hammer.
But at this point, Olhado's going to be running out of checks fairly soon. Oh, he's going back in, so maybe there was an item there in the big chest. Because I know there was a big 20 in the chest before. Oh yeah, they've got the map and compass. Definitely an item in the big chest.
Okay. Kana Samara is in Desert Palace Big Chest, which GFE did not do. And that's the only thing keeping GFE from go mode right now. While on Olhado's side, he needs to do the purple chest to get the hammer. That's his go mode.
Yeah, and I think Olhado's going to be running out of checks soon. So I suspect they'll be getting their hammer before GFE picks up Samaria. Going to take this time, since we're kind of in a little bit of a lull, knowing where their last things is, to give both these runners a shout out. I mean, this has been a really good race between these two runners, Olhado and GFE 12. And if you have the opportunity, be sure to give them a follow. They definitely deserve it.
GFE not doing left side swamp.
I mean, you're one item from go mode. It makes sense to, go to the back first, and then if it's not there, you'll come back in, do left side.
All right, Olhado, where are you going now? Kakrika Village, let's see it. Okay, yes, that's good. Good. Nope, wrong way, Olhado, wrong way.
I mean, get Graveyard Ledge out of the way. I think they'll come right back and do Smith Chain after this. Well, gonna check Bumper Cave because they didn't
if he finds the mushroom and pod. I mean, Swamp Palace.
That's only just gonna add more time, because you're not gonna find Samara in here, and so one of the first things you're gonna want to do is check that mushroom.
It does just occur to me, though, with Olhado having the mirror means he can do the Smith Chain real fast, whereas GFE had to do the whole save and quit long way around.
Yep, so this is just going to be saving time for Olhado.
It's a full heart container, which is nice, in Graveyard Ledge. Olhado fluked back to Kakariko. Or, yeah. Where are you going? Okay, good. GFE gets his crystal out of Swamp Palace. I wasn't counting items. And he goes back in to do left side.
Yeah, not surprising. Oh, so are you trying to telepathically tell your teammate where to go?
Yes.
Okay.
It's not working. If it was working, you would have done this 10 minutes ago.
But this looks to be the Smith play, which will give Olhado their go mode.
Yes, very good. Oh boy.
I a teammate. You've been very good about being very neutral. So I mean, a little cheering is okay.
Heck yeah. Well, hopefully there's, I don't know, something good on left side swamp, because otherwise this is gonna hurt. I mean, it's not gonna be progression or anything, but, something nice to make the pain easier.
What would you consider nice at this point? We know where all 4 swords are. We know where both male upgrades are. We've got silvers. There's nothing that could be here on left side.
Yeah, that's true. I guess Burna, but
We've got the cape. We don't need Burna, man.
Yeah, and cape is better than Burna in my opinion. No lag.
I would agree. Oh yeah, chat's saying Swagnet, and I mean, okay, I'll give you guys that.
Bugnet, yeah. Olhaado has the purple chest. It's amazing how the race could come down to just one check. Because for GFE, it's just that Desert Palace check. Olhaado, where are you going?
What is this? Olhaado, buddy.
You have a flute. Use the flute.
I don't know what this is.
What?
Is he gonna combo this with hammer peg? No, he did a hammer pegs, right?
Well, he can't do hammer peg. He doesn't have hammer.
Oh, that's right. He doesn't have the dang it.
He might be doing K45, but that's kind of the long way to do, I guess. I mean, on the hand, it makes sense. If hammer is in K45, he would have to, go around the long way. So, I mean, I can see why he's doing it, but knowing the information we have, it's like, dude, come on!
Well, I mean, I still feel like it would be faster to just flute over, turn in the purple chest, and then if it's not there and you need to do K45, just flute right back over to Kakariko and
dash.
Dash.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. Sorry.
He's walking.
And GFE,
lost the bomb.
Thought he got the bomb dupe, but didn't. The bomb dupe said no, so it's gonna cost him a little bit of time.
Time he does not have. Alright, Olhaado now doing the dash to the purple chest dude.
He left behind the chest, though.
Well, yeah, he's going to do that.
Ricky, what is he doing? Ricky, why is he leaving the chest behind?
He's doing the mirror trick. So if you mirror right here in contact with Gary or whatever his name is, it activates, and boom, there's his hammer. At 1 hour 16 minutes, Olhaado is in go mode.
And it's a nice go mode too. Butter sword, silvers.
Yeah.
I don't think Olhaado's gonna check any chests along the way.
Oh yeah, he can go mode Swamp Palace. He can go mode Ice Palace when he returns there. Heart pieces and Pyramid Fairy. That was it.
Yep, so if GFE goes straight to Desert, this could actually still be a very close race, because GFE has Swamp and Ice done.
Yes.
So it could still be close. Gonna turn in that mushroom.
First.
Smart.
Yeah. But at this point, what else does GFE have to check to keep him from Desert Palace?
I mean, I kind of imagine you're going to see a pod clear. You can go up the mountain and do Tower of Hera as well. So, I mean, I don't see him gambling Desert at this point. And yeah, this is heading to pod.
Yeah.
And I mean, really, with how much stuff the seed gave us early on, after getting the Moon Pearl, I mean, it was perfectly reasonable to dip out of Desert. I would have done that.
Yeah.
That's, we had bow and silvers were accessible. Hookshot, mitts, flippers, boots, fire rod. I mean, we had so much. So I don't blame GFE at all for, dipping out of Pendant Desert after picking up your Moon Pearl.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. It hurts. Oh yeah,
Nice.
Olhaado's not doing any checks. He's just going straight to the back.
Yep. And now for Olhaado, you're just saying, all right, Olhaado's route's actually been pretty good through most of this. A little hiccup going into Ice Palace, but still picking up the mirror. Not a bad play. But everything else has really worked out well for Olhaado. Hello, Argus. Prepare to be defeated by my butter sword.
Right? Doesn't stand a chance.
I don't think any of these bosses stand a chance against a Moogle. Oh, don't mirror.
Butter goes well with seafood.
I think butter goes slightly better with bacon. Or slightly better than bacon words. There you go.
Alright, Olhaado gets the crystal from Swamp Palace, while GFV takes on Hemelsar King. And down goes Hemelsar King.
And just 10 arrows.
GFE gets the crystal from Pod, while Olhaado dips back into Ice Palace to full clear it this time. Or go mode it this time. Alright, GFE, you've got to get to Desert. But you still have Tower of Hera, so where do you go? The sensible thing would be Tower of Hera. And yep.
I mean, GFE could potentially keep it a little close if he goes to Desert right after Hera, because that's 6 crystals. So it's not like he's far behind in a crystal count.
Right.
And I mean, Olhaado still has to complete Pod, so, I wouldn't call this race over. GFE still has the ability to make this up.
Absolutely. GFE gets his butter sword.
And realistically, what does GFE have after this Hera play? I mean, is it really, at that point, only Desert?
Well, I mean, there's Spike Cave after. I'd probably see him do
Right?
Spike Cave after he does Tower of Hera.
And in my head, I'm just looping this whole Hera area in and Spy Cave in with that.
Sure. Olhaado gets the Ice Bomb jump. Oh, map was vanilla in Tower of Hera.
Okay. GFE going to show off a different kind of Hera pods, where you can use the hook speed.
Woo!
Do that.
That was nice. I tried doing that last night. I could not pull it off. Dang, I need to study that.
I mean, very impressive to do it without pause buffering. So, props to GFE. Still, though, going to end up being a little bit of a time loss because that second item is in the big chest, and I can't imagine GFE is going to skip it. Chat's asking what GFE means, and we might have to ask him in the interview.
GFE gets his crystal out of Tower of Hera. All he has left is Turtle Rock, which means Samaria.
Yeah, and that's 6 crystals. So I mean, Olhado's only going to be picking up their 5th right here.
GFE also doing the big key play in Hera, hoping the hammer's in, not the hammer, hoping Samaria's in the big chest. Olhaado takes down Cold Stare for crystal number 5. Up next is Pod.
Yep, and Olhado's already cleared everything out of it, so this will just be going in, go straight to Helmasaur King. Let's see one more Herapod this seed. Looks like he's stopping a little too low, and then yeah, we're going to see some pause buffering here. Nicely done with the pause buffer strats.
Up next, Spike Cave on GFE's side.
I think after that, all that's left is Desert, so GFE might actually be in a very good position here.
GFE's probably sick and tired of seeing all these red items that are not the red item he's looking for.
Alright, where's GFE off to? Oh, this is it!
There we go.
This might be a checkerboard play first, but I think after that, that's...
Come on.
I think that's it after checkerboard.
Yes, both runners did catfish. 20 rupees.
Oh, heck. We lost GFE. Well, we're going to assume GFE is heading to Desert after this.
Well, he's in... Oh, yeah. I mean, he's about to do checkerboard. In the meantime, Olhaado takes care of Helmasaur King.
I'm going to assume at this point that GFE just hit go mode, which means we've got a race. Ohado gonna be picking up some potions. It's gonna be a little bit of a time loss. All right, so this is a race. Once we reestablish connection with GFE, where he's at, until Ohado make way up to Turtle Rock. All right, Ohado just working their way. Turtle Rock as a go mode dungeon, not all that great. You're still generally clearing out most of it, but at least it's from here. It's just an easy walk, stroll over to Ganon's tower.
Okay, so on his stream, GFE picked up Candice Amari at 1 hour 28 minutes. He is having technical difficulties, but we're getting it worked out right now.
Good to know.
In the meantime, Ohado gets the big key out of Turtle Rock.
This could almost be a dream, GT. You would need some small keys here to pop up soon, though. Sing the LTTP theme song to fill the silence. Da 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 na 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 da da na 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 da na 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 na. Hey, we're back. We got a long way to catch up. Hey, look, GFE hits go mode. I hope you guys like my rendition of the Link to the Past theme song.
Oh, there's the Swagnet, Bugnet into
Hey,
TR.
Swagnet acquired. Well, at least we can all enjoy this screen of GFE from the moment he got go mode. Literally to the second.
Yeah, just staring at the chest.
Poor Ness. Well, Hana having a
Ohado having
little trouble here.
trouble.
And keep in mind, this is, I mean, obviously we can't see how GFE's screen is doing, but this is a very close race, so
Yes, it
it's
is.
going to come down to execution. Meanwhile, GFE continues to stare at that empty chest, knowing that he just picked up the Canis Samaria. Obviously, that's not what's really happening, but I'm just going with what the picture shows. All right, look, everyone say hi to Celeste real quick. Oh, there goes Celeste. And Alhado skipping the vanilla big key chest, which when you're in Gomad is, generally what everyone does. You can just steal the key and hope that there is not a small key there or in the big chest.
Well, it's not real. I mean, if it is a small key, he has a small key off the spiny dude, so it's not a loss, fortunately.
But he's gonna go check the big chest, so won't be put in a situation where you have to double back, because if in the event where, say, you skip the vanilla big key chest and you just grab the key from the spiny or from the pokey, whatever enemy you call it, and
Woo!
then you go straight to the back and there's not a small key either in Crystal Roller or Laser Bridge, then you got to double your way back.
Right.
Uh, and with that second small key, Olhaado will actually be able to skip Laser Bridge altogether.
Nice.
So this worked out very nicely for Olhaado. GFE is still contemplating what exactly was in that chest. Actually, no, GFE is probably also in Toro Rock. I mean, I could say that they're both actually just entering this room now, and they're actually just holding hands. Instead, I'm going with what I'm seeing, which is Olhaado is uh, very much working their way over to Trinex. All right, so very quickly, we will be setting up a game, Ricky. I think you know about this one.
Ah, yes. The big key guessing game for Ganon's Tower.
I think at this point it's only fair that we go off of Olhaado's screen, regardless of where GFE is.
Yeah.
And in the event that we do get GFE back, um, it's not about. It would still be about when Olhaado picks up the big key, not when GFE picks up. I don't know the command.
Isn't
Is it just start? Let me see. Aha! Nailed it.
awesome.
Oh god, everyone's guessing. Quick, hurry, guys.
They're all on the ready. They had their numbers in. All of a sudden they hit
Everyone
enter.
was ready. They were just waiting for that second that I hit that. Oh dear. All
I
right.
am gonna guess 9.
Fair enough. I'm gonna go with we'll go 14. Although I'm not gonna put that down.
Ganon's Tower is open. Get your bets in because of the instant Olhaado enters. Bets are closed. And bets are closed.
Right first, and then I lost a little bit of connection.
Yeah, the stream is buffering. So that's chest number 3. He did Hope Boom first. Torch is number 3. Then here we have number 4. Number 5. Big key was in number 5.
All right, so congrats to Skyblight. Five evil laugh, or five whichever you prefer. So Olhaado now beginning the climb. Still don't know where GFE is compared to all this. So for all we
Right.
know, this is still a very close race. And Olhaado making almost wanted to say quick work of land mode 2, but not quite getting it quickly enough.
But Van Mola 2 goes down and it's up to the next floor.
Using the lamp strats, so taking a quick fall just to get back there and doing the dash. So Olhaado now nearly to the top, almost done. Still not quite sure how GFE is doing. Hopefully, we'll be able to figure something out pretty soon.
Moldorm 2 doesn't stand a chance against the Butter Sword. And now it's on to Agate 2.
Six hits to take down Aga 2 can be a little difficult, but Olhaado getting it done very nicely. All right, so now it's time for Ganon. Butter, silvers, red mail. This is poor Ganon. I almost feel bad for him in this fight. With Butter Sword, it is just 6 sword slashes for phase 1 and 2, so this is going to be really quick for Olhaado. Using the nice little hook shot buffer to not get hit by those fire bats. And then he gets hit, and I'm sorry, Olhaado. I jinxed you. I'll never forgive myself for it, man.
On to phase 3 of the battle.
Just a few teleports, no big deal. And yes, Ganon, we did find the silver arrows. It is not your one true weakness. You do have other weaknesses, buddy. But Olhaado nicely gets the torch glitch, gets a double, and finishes off with the 4. Nicely done. Get your GGs in chat for Olhaado. And as he's finishing the race, still not sure how GFE did. We'll check that momentarily.
And Olhaado finishes in first place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 44 minutes, and 53 seconds. Get your GGs in chat.
Nicely done, and a big win for Guardians of the Galaxy Brain. You always want to start. It's good to get your first victory in, and it kind of eases the rest of your guys' minds.
Very much. GFE, unfortunately, is having like major internet problems, so we don't have an official time for him at this point. We are working on that. But yeah, this was a really good race. Really close.
I think we're going to get both runners in here for a chat, so it'd be good to talk to them here momentarily.
Yeah, figure out what the results were behind the scenes since the IRC is not working.
And just for reference, everyone, we're talking to some mods, kind of getting a handle of how we need to move forward with this one. But yeah, I think we can go ahead and bring them in for an interview. Hey, we're joined by Olhaado. GG's, Olhaado.
Thank you very much.
So, this seed at the beginning gave you so much, and then kind of didn't give you anything. So, what I mean, after picking up the Moon Pearl and getting the Canis Mara, kind of what were your thoughts to kind of how you wanted to approach Dark World?
Oh man, there was so much open at that point. It was really rough. I just figured I'd go through my normal route up through, starting at Skull Woods, going down through. had a moment where I forgot I didn't have mirror. I went to grab the bomb and go straight up to pyramid because I was like, I got both red crystals so
right.
early. And I was gonna try to do the mirror from the water and try to get back, get the right timing on that because I've seen some people do that. It seems like a neat trick. But jumped in the water. I was like, oh crap, I don't have that.
Yeah, a little unfortunate. We're also joined by GFE. GFE GG's some technical issues there, so we're not quite sure how it ended up going for you. But still, from what we saw until you kind of went out, it was about to be a very close race. You had just hit go mode, I think, right as Olhaado was finishing up pod, and so you guys both would have been heading up to TR around the same time.
Yeah, I'll hear.
I think we lost you for a moment there, GFE. Still appears to be having some issues. So Olhaado, real quickly. GFE? Nope. Okay.
Hey,
Sorry.
Can you guys hear me?
Oh, I can hear you there.
All right. Yeah, GG's, Olhaado.
GG's, GFE.
I don't know what happened with the internet, but my OBS just started having a connection, and I was convinced I was probably done for at that point when I found Cane of Samaria.
Oh yeah, I mean, for me, I was really happy that I found that when I did, and getting the ether medallion, jumping into Mire, but it took me forever to find that hammer.
Yeah, that hammer was just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Strangely enough, I think the right play in this seed would have been to dip Ice Palace without hammer, get mirror out of the first chest, and then you're gonna do purple chest a lot sooner.
Yep. I did that, but I did that very late.
Oh wow! So you dipped ice without hammer?
I did. Yep.
Oh man, yeah. I think when I got hammer, I had desert, the second item in desert, green pendant, ice palace dip, and I was getting ready to sequence break pyramid berry.
Yep, I had thought of doing that as well, but as I was saying right before you jumped in, I tried to do that early on and do the mirror glitch in the water to get the bomb around, and that I forgot I didn't have mirror at the time. So, but yeah, I mean, it seems like we took pretty different routes toward the middle of the game there, but we ended up around the same time.
Yeah, I mean, out of curiosity, since I know the chat didn't get to see this, how did you route GT?
I went to Hope Room and then just right over to Stalfos Room.
Okay, was there a key in Hope Room?
There was not.
That figures. I did Dark Magician.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll have to get this VOD uploaded with my garbage internet, and I'll have to talk to the mods, and we'll get this figured out. But yeah, my final time on my timer at least was 1:43:29.
Damn, alright, so it sounds like you probably got me about a minute and a half.
I hate that it cut out because that would have been a pretty good race to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, would have been a very close race. And you mentioned you do have a local recording of it, so everything I think going forward will be done through the mods. So everyone in chat, I'm sure if you want to know how this will formally turn out, you want to check into the Discord on that. Kind of wanted to see, did I have anything else? I mean, really, like I said, really big early, so many things, and then a trolley last location essentially for both of you. Did either of you guys feel at any point that you had made great plays, great calls?
Staying in desert felt like a great play.
I mean, yeah, it ended up being that one, yeah.
Leaving desert felt awful.
I
was beginning to get very afraid of that last item in right side Ice Palace.
Same, honestly. Well,
Oh,
I
you
was
all
afraid of
posted-
something in Ice Palace before I found Mirror there, and I was like, well, it was here all along. Okay.
Well, and Olhaado, you the way you routed Ice Palace, I think you almost got stuck because instead of checking Freezor Room and Ice T, you went straight to the hookshot side, and then when it wasn't the small key, kind of got stuck.
Yeah, I realized that as soon as I went into that room, I was like, oh no, I've made a grave mistake. So I knew it could have been, potentially in Freezor Room or even Big Chest or Ice Tea. And I was just taking the chance that after getting 2 items, it wasn't there.
So yeah, great race by both you guys. I mean, at least from what we were able to see, despite how much you guys kind of went in different directions at the beginning, you guys ended up converging. Right when you both hit, or right when GFE hit go mode. So it will be very interesting to see, how this plays out because you guys, I believe, have. This is just the first race between your two teams, so you guys have a second race going as well.
Yep.
Yeah, that's correct. P-Train and He's Just a Boy, I believe their match is Thursday night. Not sure on the
Yes.
time.
It's like 8 or 9 Eastern.
Well, good luck to both of them. Any final thoughts before we wrap it up here?
Just the usual. Thank you guys for the commentary. I look forward to listening to most of the race until we suddenly gone. Thanks to our tracker, looks like Dark Diplomat, and appreciate all those who worked to set up things on the speed gaming end of things. And thanks to chat for dropping in. Really looking forward to Hype League this year, and hopefully these are the end of my internet issues.
Hope so.
Fingers crossed.
Yep, basically everything GFE just said. Thank you guys. And never trust a seed that gives you almost everything to start.
Oh.
Yeah, pretty much.
Except Kana Samaria in some cases.
Yeah, GG's to both of you. And yeah, these two teams will race again. I believe you said on Thursday with P-Train and He's Just a Boy. So looking forward to that. And shout outs again to our tracker, Dark Diplomat, I believe. I hope that was right. And to my co-commentator Ricky of Cookere, you guys have been great. If you haven't, guys, follow all of Speed Gaming 1 through 5. And for more information on the league, I think the league also has a link to the past ALTTPR league, and that goes through 5. And yeah, I think that's about it. Congratulations and GG's, everyone.
GG's.
GG.